The question everyone asks in the community since Tayangsuyi's buff is, which is better, Tayangsuyi or Baade? I've broken down these two for the past 10 minutes or so. It didn't really take too long. So without further ado, let's start. Tayangsuyi is a unique case of a DPS where you really want to make full use of his synergy with Spunk. Since they are both 3 CD DPSs, it's easy to say you can full auto them and Spunk is guaranteed to land the debuff on the enemy for Tayangsuyi's skill. But is that really the optimal rotation? To make full use of Spunk to turn fire debuff, I've broken down Tayangsuyi's optimal attack rotation to integrate his E3 passive. You will need to alternate between guarding and attacking on top of delaying his ultimate by a turn in order to maximize his DPS. As shown in this clip, Tayangsuyi with this rotation fully utilizes Spunk's 2-turn fire debuff, the first turn for his enhanced basic and the second turn for his ultimate. But does delaying his ultimate by a turn potentially cause a DPS loss if you don't use Spunk? While the clip is running on the background, let's open my spreadsheet. As you can see, Tayangsuyi delaying his ultimate by a turn has an increased DPS by 7%, even without Spunk in the equation. The pros of using this rotation is that you can make full use of his 220% enhanced basic multiplier to nuke some grass enemies in peaks, and guarding does allow Taeyang to soak up damage, turning him into a pseudo tank. This is very valuable as it makes him pretty strong to play in many different contents. The con is that you are not allowed to break his rotation, otherwise you will experience some DPS loss, which is a common case anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. Let's now move on to Baade. Baade is pretty simple compared to Tayangsuyi. To maximize his kit, you are dependent on applying Chisel on the enemy, which is done by using his skill anyway. If the enemy stays while the Chisel is active, the next time you use his skill, he will detonate the Chisel, hitting up to 649% multiplier on the target. This is almost as high as pre-nerf Yuhi. On top of that, Baade will have an increased basic attack multiplier on enemies with Chisel marks. However, if Baade switches targets and don't hit the enemy with Chisel marks, he will only hit around 167 multiplier, which isn't much, turning him into an awkward DPS with early mini nukes. Now for the golden question, Tayangsuyi or Baade? The answer is, it depends. Baade excels in situations where there's only one enemy contents, out DPSing Tayangsuyi even using his optimal rotation, while Tayangsuyi can freely switch between enemies. With high enhanced basic and nuke multipliers, he is guaranteed to kill squishy enemies on AoE contents even without Spunk. And that's it folks. Did you pull for Baade? Or are you a Tayangsuyi believer? Let me know in the comments. Have a nice day and don't forget to stay honey.